Eczema didn't happen overnight, did it? Hey folks, really quickly before we get into today's video, I'm just going to show you a before and after. So I'll show you my face now. So this is my skin this morning. And then this is how it used to look. One of the biggest problems that we face with eczema is symptoms. When we go to our doctors, the first thing they want to do is treat the symptom. The first thing they want to do for us is help us to get rid of the rash, the oozing, the inflammation and all of that stuff on our skin. And that's great, they mean that with the best will in the world. However, to permanently heal from eczema, that's not the way that we should be going about things. We live in a world of symptomatic relief. How many doctors out there really try to address the root cause of a problem? Very, very few. Let's take a headache, for example. If somebody's got a headache, one of the first things they'll go and do is take a painkiller or take an aspirin or something without even thinking to maybe drink more water or have a rest from whatever it is they're doing. We just have this fixation on symptoms. Say you're sitting at home one day, you look up and you see a ceiling tile that's got a watermark in it. And then you watch that watermark for a few days and you see that it spreads to the outsides of the tile. In that situation, the last thing you're going to do is just replace the tile and hope for the best. You're never going to do that. You're going to go up into the loft cavity and find out where the pipe is that's leaking, that's causing the watermark on the tile. But that doesn't happen in the health world. That doesn't happen in the medical industry. What they'll do is they'll replace the tile with something else. And then what happens is you'll see tiles around the original tile getting watermarked. And so what have we learned about the root cause? We've learned nothing. However, what happens in the medical industry is after the first tile is watermarked, so after the first disease shows itself, they treat the symptoms of that disease. The root cause then spreads. So the symptoms of the root cause spread and you get something else. Something else might come up. And then what's that? Is that the same disease? No, they give it a different name. But you still haven't learned anything about the root cause. You still don't know what's wrong with you, what's essentially wrong with you that's causing you to have some form of dis-ease. I know it's really difficult when we're in the situation where we've got really bad eczema, but one of the things we really need to be thankful for is that we have eczema, because what it's telling us, eczema's like a watermark ceiling tile. It's telling us that something is off deeper in our body, and so we need to address something. We need to have a closer look. We need to have a deeper look into our body. Something's wrong. We need to address something that's deeper in the body, that's deeper than the issues that we've got on the skin. For years on end, people are choosing to mask their symptoms with some form of stimulation. Now, the drugs that hospitals give us, they are just stimulation in order to cover up the symptoms of a disease. They're no different really to having coffee for when you're feeling tired, rather than addressing why are we feeling tired, why are we crashing halfway through the afternoon, or having a cigarette, going outside for a cigarette when we're feeling slightly stressed, or going out one night and drinking alcohol, or maybe even binging on alcohol. Why are we doing that? Why do we feel the need to go out and do that? We're not addressing the root cause of these things. And so people are covering up their symptoms for years and years and years with stimulating things. Cigarettes, alcohol, drugs, red meat, salt. These are all stimulants. These are all stimulation that keep us hacking our way through our days and just kind of surviving rather than thriving, understanding the body, understanding what's going on deep within us. The sad truth is most people are really happy just to have their symptoms removed. They don't really care. They don't really want to know what's going on within. And the industry has just completely capitalized on that. So we've got a really short-sighted medical industry now where nobody really cares what happens down the line. It's just, get rid of my symptom now. I'll be happy. I'll go away. I'll pay you the money, whatever we need to pay. And that's just how the industry works. It's really short-sighted. In our modern society, we've kind of backed our way into this place of thinking, right, the doctor's responsible for my health. I'll go to him. I'll leave my health concerns with him. That's his responsibility to deal with that. He'll come up with some kind of prescription to give us, some kind of drug. We'll go away. We'll take that. Symptoms go away. Happy days. But the problem with that is later on down the line, when all those toxins are built up, when all that acidity in the body has accumulated, we wake up with some severe disease on our hands. You know, cancer takes about 20 years to build. So if you go to the doctors today and they say, I'm really sorry, but you have cancer, well, you started growing that cancer 20 years ago. So that means that for 20 years, you've been doing something that's been promoting that cancer growth. That's the same for every degenerative disease. That's the same with eczema. Eczema didn't happen overnight, did it? You didn't just wake up one morning with a face full of rash. No, it took a while to build up. So the takeaway point here is eczema is there for a reason. It's there to tell us there's something off balance deep within our bodies, and we need to address that with our diet and our lifestyle.